I'm Ode. That's Vicky. I'm me. You're you. We are we.
Oh my god, that was so corny.
The You, Me,
Oh my
We
goodness.
podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to the You, Me, We podcast. I'm Ode,
I'm Vicky.
and this is another episode. We are officially in the 70s of the You, Me, We podcast. Round of applause for us. We should be proud. Yay! We'll add in little sound effects after. And eventually, I know we keep in the past. We said we're going to bring in the soundboard. And, we have so many options to do. I just haven't done it, but we will. So, Vicky, how are you?
I'm full now that I ate.
What actually? Can you talk about what we ate as well as what the spirits we took part in last night?
I finally, okay. So, one of my very, very, very dear friends, which actually she was a guest here on the podcast a while ago. Recently a new mom, Jezida. She owns Precious Bartending LLC, and she hosted a class last summer. Cultivating cocktails, where she created these cocktails and then she taught us how to make these cocktails. And ever since then, I have never made anything. So I tried to make margaritas for Cinco de Mayo because, hello, how American can I, like, how American can I show,
America.
can I be by not drinking on Cinco de Drinko, right? So
Is that a thing? Cinco de Drinko?
Yeah.
I've never. Okay.
So Cinco de Drinko, and I tried to make margaritas, and that shit was a fail. It was so strong. It was so strong. It was so bad, and it was so strong. I was like, oh hells no! Even I can't drink it. Me and Ode are not big drinkers, but we would partake in alcoholic beverages.
Ode is not a big
No,
drinker.
I'm not a big drinker either. Like, I drink wine. Like, I'm not a... So I was like, you know what? We live by a liquor store. I'm going to make margaritas. And them shits were strong as hell. So I tried making them again last night. And they actually came out pretty good.
It was good. It tasted
and
good.
I also made a Crunch Wrap Supreme.
And it was very good.
And it was huge. That thing was monster. I was like, damn, I did not think it was going to be this big.
And we actually just finished it today.
And we just finished it.
Yeah.
Like, we could only eat half because it filled us up right away. But it was really good. It was actually not that hard to make. And I made nacho cheese, which I've never made before. So now I know how to make it. Mm-hmm. And that's what we ate. And I'm full as hell right now.
Yeah, so...
But I don't need to be eating no Taco Bell Crunch Supremes because I've gained the quarantine 15.
So
Shit.
I feel like the Taco Supreme plus the bread, Vicky has given herself and us every reason to no longer have to go grocery shopping, have to eat out.
No, we definitely will not be ever buying bread again. Like, we have sliced bread and we don't even eat it.
I mean,
we just
I'll
Ode
partake.
eats it when there's no more bread that I made left, and then he'll eat the sliced bread. But I don't need to be eating no Crunch Wrap Supremes unless it's a veggie Crunch Wrap Supreme,
Mm-hmm.
all vegetables, because I'm gaining weight.
All right, so now you ask me how I'm doing.
Okay, Ode, how are you doing?
I'm joking. I'm good. Nothing, no big announcement, nothing. I'm good. The only big announcement I do have for those who are watching us now on Facebook, this is going to be worthless later on if you listen to the podcast after the fact. I mentioned last week I'm doing the Make Party game night. So if you're watching us on Facebook, you could come through tonight. And we're going to do Make Party game night. You can see the flyer up there. Tonight at 9, I'm doing trivia tonight. Cheap plug. Can I just do a cheap plug?
No, my mom said, where's my margaritas?
So game night tonight. Make sure you guys come by. You can play right in the comments. It's going to be on the Phoenix and the Make Party Movement Facebook page. I'll post about it again so you guys can know where to go. And Vicky and my aunt reminded me that some of you people are old and washed, and you go to bed by 9. So starting next week, I'll move it up.
Yeah, he should move it up
a little earlier for you washed people. But anyways.
Oh my goodness! I just realized the freaking cards have a middle finger on them.
Excuse me?
Look, guys, can you see that? It has a middle finger on it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
On the cards, on the front of the cards. We never looked at the front of the cards. That's
Okay.
hilarious.
Why you just shout out to everybody listening. So let's get right into it. Now, if you're on Facebook, you saw the post that goes with our live, and it said "You, Me, We podcast live," and then it said "open relationships." First disclaimer: Vicky and I are not in an open relationship as yet.
Open relationship. Let me paint the picture for you guys.
You didn't catch it?
What?
I said we're not in an open relationship as yet. Never say never.
So let me clarify how we got here. Okay. We are discussing it because I saw a clip from the Breakfast Club where they were discussing open relationship with Kaylani. Is that how you say her name?
And she recently dated
And
YG.
Right, which is I guess a rapper.
Us hip hop
And they
heads.
had,
No, yes, he's a rapper.
and they had a open relationship, and pretty much it was like we had an open relationship, and he still like messed it up. So
like, fam.
yeah. So then,
You got the best
then
of all worlds.
I asked people about what their opinion was on an open relationship. And that's how we're here. So we're not talking based off of experience from us or anything. We're talking based off of that.
Mm. So what did your loose booty friends say?
So our followers.
Our followers. What did our sinning backsliding followers say about
He said backsliding.
about open relationships?
Okay, so this is what people said. Not on my time. It's not for me. I'm not sharing my man's stuff with another woman. That's a friendship, not a committed relationship. Do they still exist? Someone put mad hands up, like in praise. A waste of time. Not even an option. I can't do it, but don't knock others who do. If it's something that both parties really want, not just one doing it to make the other, I guess it's okay. And the other one said, they wrote, I guess as long as both partners agree on everything.
Real quick, open.
And then someone, hold on, because someone actually messaged me with a really not extensive, but thing. They were like,
Ooh,
it's
the
not
tea.
for me, but I think a lot of people go into open relationships, following themselves, not realizing that they require extensive outlining of terms and limits, and not to mention trust. The slightest discrepancy can cause major destruction. People are way too cavalier about it and go into it not fully knowing themselves and what needs to be considered. Which I absolutely agree.
Was this from a open relationship expert?
No.
As in, like, is this person
as
in
far
one?
as I'm concerned, as far as I know, the person who responded that is not in an open relationship.
Okay.
I think maybe they know someone. I don't know. I'm assuming at this point because that person, that as far as I know, is not in an open relationship. Could be. I have no idea.
Okay, so.
But I agree wholeheartedly with what she said because it is. I just think that people go into it highlighting all the positives and not really realizing all the negatives. Like all the things that can make it go left, and it's like the smallest things.
I could imagine.
They were not discussed at length.
Yeah. I was going to say, I could imagine it has to be a long, honest, open-minded conversation that has to. It can't just be, hey, you want to, me and you kind of do us and also do us individually. It can't be just that. It has to be some long, like, okay, how do you feel about blah, blah, blah? And then you break down the layers that come into play with, I don't even know how that conversation would even start. Like, how do you even start that conversation of, okay, I do know someone who, and here's why I wouldn't be a fan of an open relationship. I do know someone who, for whatever reason, he and his wife introduced that into their marriage, an open marriage, open relationship. And it just kind of went downhill from there. And I think it has to do with what that person said. Maybe the full conversation wasn't had. Maybe one party had different intentions, and one party was probably going into it to appease the other one, if that makes sense. And it went from an open marriage to eventually they split up and they divorced. And then one party ended up staying with the person. The person they added into. I'm getting all confused. They added into the marriage, the open marriage. Just don't do it. In my opinion.
I disagree with you. I think that it can work. I think it can work for people. I think if that's what works for you, and that works for your partner, I feel like anything. I I feel like everything's on the table in a relationship. It's a matter of you guys filtering it out as a couple.
Does that work for you?
An open relationship?
Mhm.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't work. But I don't think that it's off the table. It should be automatically off the table for everyone.
Oh, okay.
I think that
That's what you're talking about.
that is not off the table.
Damn.
No, I think that people are too busy about what the idea of a relationship should be as opposed to just working on what works for your
What
relationship.
works exactly.
So
No, you're right,
everybody's
you're right.
like, no, we are married. We should, we should not be doing this. Like, according to who?
There are no rules.
There's no rules. What works for you and works for your relationship is what just works. And it's just you and that person in that relationship. That has nothing to do with nobody else.
So going back to
And
what,
even if you bring people into it, it's up to both of you to decide how much into it you want to bring them. So if you are in an open relationship and you say, yo, we can go on dates with people, but that's it, then and you guys draw that line, then that's a line that you both equally said, okay, we're gonna draw the line right here. But I feel like people are too busy trying to live up to the standards of who the fuck knows set by whatever on their own private relationship when they should just be concerned about what works for them two together.
I think the reason why I feel like a majority of the time, even though I know I'm wrong, because there is a world out there of there is a whole culture of people who have open relationships. I feel the reason why more times than not it wouldn't work is because there's just too many. Even if you have the long conversation, there's too many variables that you can't account for that you won't know how you would actually respond to until you're in that situation. So to say, hey, we're just gonna date other people. It's not no sex involved, or make sure we're not gonna catch feelings. You don't know that for sure that you can uphold those promises until you actually, here's somebody I want to bring in and date outside of my marriage, and then you don't know how you're gonna react when you start catching feelings when this person is.
Again, I think those are all things you are supposed to discuss.
You can discuss it,
and I think that people have the misconception that because you discussed it one time, that all the answers should be there. That's not realistic. You need to start the conversation, get to the point where you guys know exactly what the other person is going to say in regards to this one, and then continue to have the conversation as the time progresses, as
you catch
move
feelings
through this I would say journey of an open relationship. I feel like people think that the conversation is just one time, but it's not. It's more than one time. The conversation, it's a conversation that you start and never stop having, I'm assuming, because again, okay, all right, so the reason why you guys keep seeing me look down is because I know someone who's in that world. Like their relationship is not exclusive.
Real quick, can you turn the volume is up on something that keeps going off?
That's my phone.
Yeah. There you go. Be professional, but go ahead.
So I know someone who is in a relationship. I don't know exactly what they would
Is an open relationship the same as being a swinger? This is an honest question. I don't know.
I just asked. Swingers is just sex with other people. Open relationship is having relationships with more than one person.
Okay, I just need to know for myself. I can know how to define myself.
Yeah. Okay. So I know people that they're in this world. Mm-hmm. And from talking to them, mm-hmm. They said it took like 3 months of conversation and about a year of research to even go into this, which I think is the.
Hold on. What did this research consist of? And again, I would like to know, because when I hear research, you think, oh, let me hit the Googles, let me pull out the encyclopedia.
Wow.
Yes, I'm that old. Let me pull out. Or in this case, research to me has to be, hey, let's test the waters a little bit to kind of see what that would feel like.
I'm assuming Googling articles about the lifestyle. Yeah, that's which the research has to start somewhere. You have to make yourself knowledgeable about something before you go out there. I feel like going out there right away without doing some kind of research, becoming a little bit familiar with the lifestyle, puts you in a bad spot if you just go out there and like let's do some hands-on research. Like that already sounds like a terrible.
Yeah, how do you, I just don't. I really want to know how that conversation starts. Because here's the thing. Here's my other issue with it. I feel like in that situation, there's always going to be one party who's more into it or wants this more. And I always feel like one party is just kind of going along with something for their partner. Because they know their partner wants this, so I'll go ahead and go along with it. And in the long run, it won't work because both
they
aren't.
read books, they listen to podcasts about the style. Someone said there's a series called Wanderlust that's about this.
Heard the name. Real quick, can I just quickly shout out one of our listeners right now, Liz Molina, listening to us all the way from Kuwait. That's awesome.
That's far, girl.
And I'm assuming you're there because you are serving in our military. Let me know if I'm correct, Liz. Shout out to Lehman College.
Yeah, and someone said, I don't know how people that are married have open relationships, especially when kids are involved.
Exactly.
Okay, here's my answer to that. What with kids makes it different? You're not involving them.
I guess what us, for example, there is a certain had this convo with my therapist the other day. The person
is listening and they're like, oh my God, can you just call me so I can just respond to you and you say
we could call her. I think the issue with kids is the example I was going to give between.
She works for a nonprofit that helps the military. That's really cool.
The example I was going to give between using you and I is that there's a certain mindset we want Khalil to have with relationships, right? And we want to model that. We want him to see a certain thing. We want him to view relationships. Hey, what mommy and daddy have, that's what I want to have when I grow up. Still, I think it gets complicated when kids come into play because it's like, is this what we want our child to
But I don't
view
think that,
how they view relationships or what they want to strive? We want them to strive for in a relationship.
But I don't think that being in an open relationship, I don't think that calls for you to have to include your kids in it in any way.
I feel like at some point, because of the unknown.
But I feel like there's a time and place for everything, right?
So at what age is it okay to tell your...
But I don't...
Tell your son or daughter, hey, mommy's not home right now because mommy is out with Uncle Joe.
Wait. This is hilarious. Liz was like, y'all can't change your voice over the phone to let her put a sock over the phone.
I'll be honest.
That's old school right
Before
there.
we came on air, I said to Vicky, this episode could be a nice way for us to bait her and her partner, her husband, to come on the show. And since we started entertaining that topic, I've researched every way that I can change their voice.
Oh, look at you doing research.
It wasn't hands-on research. You want me to go do hands-on research?
No, but I'm saying.
You know what? Hey, I will step my research up a little bit, and I will get some other swingers or other open marriage people to come to my studio when you're not home, and I will research how I can mask their voices.
Okay, we got a camera right there.
No, they might be into cameras.
Okay, good. Because I want to be all eyes.
But anyway,
so
back to the whole children thing. I think at some point you have to let your child know. Here's why. Because I would say people in that world, I'm not talking down on the people in that world. They're probably, God forbid, mommy starts dating little Timmy's friend's dad or mom.
Well, first of all, hold on. I think that there's something that we have to understand a little better, right?
Okay.
I don't think that people that are in an open relationship date amongst their neighbors. Maybe there's a specific community for that, which then that's completely different. But I don't think that your everyday person is swinging with the whole block or in an open relationship with the whole block. Like we have this very distorted idea of how people meet in these situations and how they interact, and
how we
she's getting with the gym teacher. Oh, he's getting with the gym teacher's wife, and that they swing. Like, I don't think it works like that.
Do you
in
know
real
how
life.
we clarify all that?
I don't. I think that people just have this like very theatrical approach to these things because that's how the movies have always displayed it. But
True.
in reality, I just don't think that it's just that easy.
Do you know how we clarify that? Do you know how we clarify that? We get them on the show, and we're trying to bait them on the show.
Someone, the person said, I would tell my kids when they get older, as long as we have a solid foundation, what we do outside our home doesn't affect our kids or how they view relationships, which is my initial idea. Like, just because you have kids doesn't mean that they should be involved. Like, that's grown folk business. They're children.
I get it.
Mind your business.
Okay. They're children. Your child.
I think down the line, when they get older and they perhaps show that level of maturity, or there's a curiosity there, whatever, I think that the appropriate thing to do is to properly inform them. And it's a teachable moment. It's a way to say, hey, our relationships, sometimes they're not just two people. Sometimes they're three people. Sometimes it's relationships work like this. And I think that opens up the mind to kids to not be so narrow in their thinking. Maybe a little more open to accepting other people's situations.
Be more accepting. True.
To not be like, oh, well, if you don't do it like me, then you're weird. As opposed to, oh, you don't do it like me. That's pretty cool.
So,
and that's it.
So mommy and daddy tell you at 16, 15, whatever, that, hey, here is our situation. And the child, teenager, whatever, is not okay with it. That's the point where like now it's affecting the family.
I don't know. I think that situation can be applied to everything though, right? Like, you can live a certain lifestyle that your child down the line does not agree with. It doesn't have to necessarily be open relationships. It could be anything. It could be overworking. It could be
I feel attacked.
It could be that you drink too much. It could be that you're never home. It could be
I feel attacked.
That you because you drink what? Too much amaretto sours?
Not drinking. I said never.
It could be that you drink amaretto sours as a grown adult,
Yo, I feel triggered now. Stop.
But I think that that's a situation that can be applied across the board. And I think that, again, that's just a teachable moment.
Okay.
To teach your child that it's okay to not be accepting of a certain situation, but you do have to be respectful of it and respectful of people's choices, whether it's something that something that they agree with or not. It's just, to me, it's just a teachable moment. I think.
I agree.
With regards to open relationship, we just think it's odd because in society, it's just an odd thing to do in the grander aspects. But I think that, like someone here on Facebook said, open partners, at least the serious ones, build up a trust on a level that the average couples don't have. And I absolutely agree.
Very true.
I feel like that's the ones
level.
that have, that is literally another level. So, like, I think that any situation coming from that down the line with your kids, I feel like, I just don't see how that is any different from any situation you could be in an open relationship and you don't even know it. Just, you're not the one that's in an open relationship, so.
That's like that's like some of my friendships. People might think, hey, Ode's my best friend. But, you're not my best friend. I may be your best friend, but I'm in an open friendship with you.
That is absolutely Ode's friendships.
I'm in open friendships. It's like me and Mary. Mary, listen right now. Mary thinks I'm her best friend. I'm joking, Mary. Mary is a good friend of mine.
Someone said there's actually behavioral research on open relationships and the ethical components to establishing it. I can't say I'm well versed in the research, but there's actually science around it. That is so cool. See, like, that's actually something I would be intrigued in reading. There's science backed by a lifestyle choice. That's crazy. So at that point, I'm like, where's the book?
So about
I want to read.
So this conversation, you've shown a lot of interest in research about this topic, but
What?
I'm joking. I'm joking. But
It is an interesting topic, though.
I mean, you and I, we don't lean either way. A lot of stuff we're saying now is just questions that I think anybody who's not, who is not in that relationship, questions that you would have, or not, questions you would have about how it works, because it is, it's, I guess for us, it's not as easy as it sounds. While for those who do have an open relationship, they understand the levels, the conversations,
So I have never known anyone to be in an open relationship or to be in a open relationship kind of thing, like either swinging or whatever other thing is called, until I met someone that is. Mm-hmm. And they have definitely opened my mind as to that world. Because again, I've never known anyone. All I know is from TV and all the
what's the word?
Dramatization.
Sensualized? No, not sensualized. There's a word, but I know what you mean.
Like just the over stereotyping of that world.
Yeah.
And speaking with this person and literally like I remember just like, all right, off the bat, I have 15 questions that I need to ask because I need to know right now. And I thought, I was so intrigued. I was like, yo, that's crazy that would work. And that works. And I was amazed.
Mm-hmm. Because it does work. Because for them,
it works.
The way you told me about it was that it was what worked for them. I don't want to say save their marriage, but it enhanced.
I don't know. All I'm saying is that it's not taking away.
Yeah,
and
that's the better way of putting it. Yeah.
It's not taking away and it works. And I really I'm like, you know what? I think that's great that they were able to find something that works for them. Mm-hmm. Because again, I went against the norm of, let's, whatever. Like, we've been in a relationship now 10 years. Ew. It does get dull sometimes. It does. It's a relationship. Relationships get boring sometimes. And I think that it was courageous of them to be like, yo, let's completely step out of our comfort zone and try something. And let's see if it's something that we would want to do. And I feel like they did their work on making sure that they were on the same page about this. And then, like, I just feel like people get bored in a relationship and they just go like, that's just how it is.
And don't try.
And they don't just step out. And I'm not saying you have to step out into an open relationship or anything like that. I just think it was courageous of them to sit down and have that conversation. Like, yo, I want to try this. Or even if it was one person. I don't know, because obviously I'm not in a relationship with them. So how the hell would I know? Like, I'm not neither one of them. I don't know how the conversation went. But I think it's courageous of anyone in a relationship, even if it was one-sided or whatever, to be like, yo, I'm really into this. What do you think about it? Do you know how, like, yo, I'm telling you, some people are in open relationships and they don't even know it. They're in a relationship with someone who is in an open relationship.
Or they know.
Imagine if those people, right, who are in an open relationship by themselves but don't tell the other person, if they went up to the person that they're in a relationship right now and said, yo, this is something that I would like to do. How much less like drama? Because if you present it to someone,
for some it might be more drama.
How would it be more drama if you're like, yo, this monogamy is not my thing.
Okay,
I'm into this. At that point, what are your choices? You stay or you go.
I was gonna say
they told you, yo, monogamy is not my thing. I like you. I love you. I want to be with you. You are my main. I want to explore this life with you. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to explore life with just you in this aspect. I think there would be just a lot of less drama overall.
I was going to say,
because the person then at that point has a choice. I stay or I go.
It can cause more drama if you've already started dabbling before having the
conversation. For sure. What I'm saying is this the person brings it to them up front. Yeah. Like, yo, I really like being with you, but I also like being with other people in this aspect. Because I think that it's all different too, right? Like, I think there's some people that they just want to have sex with other people and there's no attachment. I feel like there's people that they just want to casually date people. It doesn't mean that they're going to have sex, but I think that there's a different flow for everyone. Like someone said in Facebook, like, different strokes for different folks. It's all different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if people were a little more honest about what it is they really like or the things that they are interested in doing, as opposed to going behind other people's backs and doing them, you could just be like, yo, this is what I'm into. What do you think about that?
I'm thinking about people saying, hey, I'm in an open relationship. No, you're cheating. Like the ones who are in the one-sided open relationship.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're cheating. I think going back to what you said earlier, when it comes to applauding people who are open to just any and everything to, in those times when we get dull. I think that's what limits some people. For your own personal reasons, we limit ourselves to what's on the table for us to try to make this work. There are some people who, you know what, everything's on the table, including an open relationship. While some people, you know what, just counseling or breaking up or whatever is on the table. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, some people have a larger spread of what are options for us to just try to see what would happen. And then I think another thing, like you said, some people are in it for some people do it just for sex and, no emotions. What makes it hard for some people
And I think at that point, you're just swinging.
What makes it hard for some people to grasp is that there's some people who can't see sex without emotion. So it's hard to think that your partner...
That's also conversations. Because, again, it goes back to the assumption that with just one conversation, you guys are just going to have it understood and you're ready and set and go. Like this person said, they had 3 months of conversations. Can you think of
research.
Having that? No, a year of research.
Oh, yeah.
And 3 months of conversations. So can you imagine having this conversation for 3 months? Like, that's a lot of one thing. That's a lot of talking about one topic.
I want to know the research.
I feel like that, but I told you.
No.
It was articles, books, podcasts, anything that was in relation to that.
Okay.
They listened to it. They read about it. I'm pretty sure there's an abundance of information on that lifestyle. We wouldn't know because, well, I'm going to speak for myself. I wouldn't know because I have never dabbled into that. So I wouldn't know the amounts of research there is out there about it, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot. Because somebody was like, hold up, there are no books about the life that I live, so I'm about to bank on it right now. I'm about to be the godmother of open relationships.
It's an interesting topic. It's an interesting conversation. And hopefully this conversation has baited our guests, our friends, to hopefully be a guest on episode 72 for all we know. Again,
now with the Rona.
It's even easier to change their voice if they're over the phone. It's already kind of distorted. We could do this.
Anyways, well, Ode, I think you should just clarify for the people one more time.
That you and I are not
in an open relationship.
That you are not in an
we are not in an open relationship.
In a double-sided.
And let me make this very clear. While in a situation of infidelity, I think that the person should take it out on the person that they are having a relationship with.
Do we have time?
Not the extra.
Have time? Hold on. Vicky,
I just want to say,
okay.
Y'all could catch these hands just in case.
No, wait. Okay.
If you think Ode said he's in an open relationship.
No, wait. Okay. Go back to what you just said. 'Cause I think people differ on that topic. I know we differ on that topic.
On the topic?
We had the conversation before okay, so go back to what you just said.
What?
Or you want to save it for another show? Because it could be a long...
Oh, like if you're cheating and you find out and the person you're with finds out and they always attack the person that the
side piece.
Yeah, they always attack the side piece, but they should be attacking the person they're in a relationship
Everybody get it.
Well, yeah, I was just clarifying that I'm gonna put my hands on everybody involved. I'm not gonna just like, oh, Ode, how could you do this to me? I'm be like, yo, I have all her hair in my hand that is still attached to her head. What's up?
Maybe she's bald. Maybe she got short hair.
I'll grab her by the ears.
Anyways, so something we haven't done in a while. We haven't done, for those of you who have been listening to us since episode 1, we're currently on episode 71 for our new listeners. Shout out to us. And thank you for always listening in. We have a segment where we call What Grinds Your Gears, and where we kind of get our gripes out. And over the past week, I'm sure there's maybe one thing that I have done or said that has angered Vicky, while, vice versa. There's probably 10 or 12 things that Vicky has done just in one day
I don't know
out of the
how
past
when
week
I
that
don't
has-
even see you like
I
that.
have a list. Don't worry. I've been keeping an Google Keep list
Oh, okay.
of things you have been doing that
Okay.
grind my gears.
Okay, let's go,
So
Dave,
you
let's
go.
go.
So Vicky, just
Let's
one.
go.
Calm down, just one.
Just go.
So Vicky,
I'm gonna let you go because
what?
you,
No, I gotta find my
you
list.
have your list. You have it already written now. Go ahead.
So Vicky, what grinds your gears? Or what has been grinding your? What have I done to grind your gear lately?
I feel like I've already said this,
Go ahead.
but I'm gonna say it again because I feel like
Mhm.
it needs to be said. Ode,
What?
every time that you go to get something to drink,
Okay.
you don't need a new cup. You can use the same cup that you just used, rinse it, and just reuse it. You're the only one that's using it.
I'm fancy.
Yeah,
I want
but
a new cup every time. I don't want the taste of the remnants of my Pepsi while I'm drinking my coconut water.
but that's why
What am I, a
you
peasant?
would use soap
I could just get a new
and then
cup.
just wash it. See, but this is why. So like you keep doing that, and you don't understand that you're about to go into the kitchen one day, open that cabinet, and find one cup. You're gonna find one cup. There's gonna be one cup in that cabinet, and that's gonna be your cup. And I'm gonna hide all the other cups.
I'm gonna buy my own plastic cups.
You are more than welcome to do that.
Okay.
I won't buy them, but you are more than welcome to do that. But you're gonna open that cabinet one day. You're gonna find one plate, one spoon, one fork, one cup, and that's
Okay.
it. And that's all you get. So I can't take this. That's why I don't be washing dishes. I'm like, nope. I didn't dirty 90% of this. Why should I have to wash it? Because O'Day wants to use a new spoon for everything, a new caldero for everything. I don't know what it's called in English right now when my mind is
What's
racing.
that?
A caldero's a pot, right?
Sure.
You use a new okay. O'Day. Look, your sister.
Yo, just keep talking. Just keep talking. Just keep. Don't worry about what my sister said. Just keep talking.
Dang.
You keep talking.
How many pots did you dirty to make dinner on whenever you made dinner?
How was dinner though?
It was good. How many pots did you dirty though?
Don't mess up my process.
How many pots did you dirty?
I don't know, like 3.
Like 3 pots. 3 pots to make chicken fried rice. Why?
Okay. So if Chef Ramsay,
Why? Why?
Ramsay uses
Chef
10
Ramsay
pots,
got a dishwasher and an assistant, and he don't be washing no dishes. Okay.
I got a dishwasher. I have an assistant.
Oh, where?
Why you want me
Where?
washing dishes?
It ain't me. It ain't me. You don't pay me enough. You don't pay me at all. Anyways.
Okay, you minimum wage.
my issue with you is that
Okay.
you use way too much dishes for the
Okay.
little things that you do, and you're gonna open that cabinet and there's just gonna be an already set thing for
Okay.
you. And that's it.
Okay. Are you done? You done being petty? Now I'm trying to think what I didn't really have anything.
You're a liar. You just said you had
no,
Google Keep.
No, okay. This isn't a grind my gear thing. It's just something I noticed. So
So it's something that grinds your gears.
So
Because
you
you only
guys-
would have noticed if it didn't slightly bother you.
So if you go back about 3 episodes, Vicky took it upon herself to mention. No, if you go back maybe 6 episodes, I noticed. Vicky noticed. Vicky couldn't find her engagement ring at one point. You
oh
know,
my goodness.
so Vicky couldn't find her engagement ring, and she was
So annoying
threatening
right
me.
now.
Not threatening, but she was accusing me of hiding it, moving. I'm like, Vicky, why would I move your $15,000? No, it's not $15,000. I wish. Why would I move your $20,000 engagement ring with the 5-carat conflict diamond in it? So she was accusing me
This
of
wasn't
moving.
3 episodes back.
No, hold on.
It wasn't 3 episodes back.
Hold on. There was that. Then maybe 4 episodes later or an episode later, Vicky accused me of losing my ring.
Accused? I hadn't seen it for 2 months.
It was not 2. Calm down. It was not 2 months.
I even asked you, and you were like, I have no idea where it is.
It was like maybe 3 weeks. But it was in my pocket. It was one of my jackets. I checked and I
You're
found
the
it.
one that said that you didn't know where
Boom.
it was.
Boom. Let me finish.
Boom.
Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn. Anyways. So then I noticed recently Vicky's $25,000 engagement ring with the
I love how every time you mention it, it goes up 5,000.
and it goes up 2 carats of conflict diamonds. She left it by the kitchen sink. Hold on, let me talk. You're just listening right now. When I'm done, Vicky, can we have a reflective conversation right now?
Go ahead, Ode. I'm not gonna say
Thank
anything.
you.
I
So,
would just jot down what I
I
gotta
see
say.
Vicky's ring. No, they don't get to respond. I see Vicky's ring at the kitchen sink for almost 3 weeks now. Like just there. She's not wearing it. She's not wearing it when she goes out to the living room or when she goes out to the kitchen, because quarantine. So then all of a sudden the other day I noticed the ring wasn't there anymore by the kitchen sink. So I'm like, okay, I guess she put it away. And then I realized no, Vicky hasn't worn her ring for God knows how long. But Vicky had to record a video for her friend, and of course,
My cousin.
for her cousin. I'm sorry. I watched the video, and front and center of the video is Vicky's ring, like ow, ow, just happens to be like in the camera. I'm like, this chick hasn't worn that ring in like 3 weeks, but here's a chance to be on camera, and the ring is all ow, ow, yo. Anyway.
Okay, let me clarify. I don't have to respond because I'm not going to respond. But
Go
let
ahead.
me clarify some things which Ode very conveniently left out.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, when he says it was left by the kitchen sink, it was responsibly left by the kitchen sink. I have a little ring holder that is a little leaf. It's like this big, and I leave it by the sink specifically for the ring, which I take off to wash all the thousands of cups that Ode dirties to sip water. Okay? He just sips water. And I have to take it off to wash the dishes.
You think-
So I leave it there. I haven't been going anywhere but the grocery store and fighting for my life at Walmart and Costco. That's all I've been going. I'm not going to wear a ring for that. You know how many bags I got to carry on my way out? I can't wear the ring. So I had to record. We are sponsoring a giveaway with Self Care Lover. And you can check it out on our Instagram story, and it's a lot of great packages. And I had to record for the video, so of course I'm gonna promote the podcast. So I put on the podcast sweater and I put on my ring because I'm promoting the podcast. And then I took the ring off and I put it away. Where am I gonna wear it to?
Okay.
I have to constantly wash the dishes. Like, again, I have not been washing dishes. But when I wash the dishes, I got to take out the ring because there's like all the cups that we've had are all lined up on the counter.
Just know
So
that a little.
Don't come for me unless I call for you.
Just know that a little green ceramic leaf might not be enough to hold a $30,000 18 karat
Oh my God.
conflict diamond ring. I'm just saying.
You're so annoying.
So let's pull some cards. Again, this is not, and as always, this is not an
I
ad.
want to see that list on Google Keep. by
This
the
is
way.
not an ad. This is just a game that we like. The game is called The And. The And is a game of cards for couples. There's different versions. We have the couples version.
Yeah, the parent version.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a good Mother's Day gift. Happy Mother's Day
Happy Mother's Day.
to all the moms.
And this is just a game that we like to play at the end of every episode where, it's a nice little conversation starter. There's cards dealing with just us as a couple and different aspects of it. There's some,
Yeah.
saucy adult
There's
cards.
very saucy adult cards, which we have left out.
But we keep those out for the show. And again, this is not an ad, but if the and wants to hit us up and make it an ad,
And also,
holla at your boy.
I forgot to make a Mother's Day list for myself. So if you have any great ideas for me to give to Ode so that Ode can purchase me a good Mother's Day gift, please let me know.
Okay. So, Vicky.
I totally forgot Mother's Day was Sunday.
So the way this works, I ask Vicky the question on the card, and she answers it. And then vice versa. Vicky
Okay.
and we're doing 2 cards each today.
Okay.
And we encourage you guys, play this kind of game with your partner, or your partner and your other partner in your open relationship. So, Vicky,
You're annoying.
who is your favorite person in my family and why?
Who is my favorite person in your family?
In my family. Remember, Ophia's in the chat right now. My
I
sister's
know.
in the chat.
I was like, I would just say Ophia.
Play it safe.
Damn. How you gonna? You did this to me last
Just
time.
play it safe and say my mom.
What?
But then my dad's going to be offended. Who is your favorite person in my family and why? Wow, it's taking you too long.
No, honestly, it's not even like it's not even because I'm here like who has, who's whatever
Who's won
in
your
any
hearts.
way. It's just that every person in your family, like, there's something so awesome about them that I can't. It's true.
Okay.
So I can't. I'm like, damn, I can't pick one.
All right. I'll let that slide. Go ahead. I'll let that
Actually,
slide.
you know who in your family, when I see them, I get so happy
Who?
because
Omari,
That's just their personality.
my little brother. Go ahead. Who?
He does though. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh my god. Okay. Your uncle, Peppy.
Yes.
Yeah, because he just has this like I remember at the baby shower, my family was like, yo, he was dancing every song and he was just so like just jamming. They're like, wow, he has like so much energy. He was like jamming and he was so fun. Like just watching them, they were happy because he just let off this like happiness about him. So he's definitely one of your family members.
So what you're saying is when you see my mom and my sister and even Donald, they do not they don't evoke happiness.
You're so annoying.
Go ahead. I mean,
really?
Go ahead. I mean, that's a pretty.
Ode is so.
Wow. You be your own people, but go ahead.
Your sister's like, why is she stalling?
Go ahead. What's on your card?
Okay. Oh, you know what? Since you want to come with all that smoke all day. How has your parents' relationship influenced our relationship?
Well, going off of the last conversation I had with my therapist regarding this topic, my parents' relationship, okay, well, they word this carefully. My parents are separated. They are divorced. There is a level of respect I feel like they've always had for each other, and they continue to have for each other. I know it's not something that they just do for show, something that they just do, for the kids that we share together, let's always respect each other. No, there's a level of respect that they share that I think it's admirable, it's motivating, it's inspirational, inspiriting. I'm drawing a blank.
English is my second language. I can't help you.
It's a level of respect that I want to make sure that we always have in our relationship. It's a level of respect that I strive for. Whew. Go ahead. Okay, no, it's my turn. Okay, one more card each. Damn. Oh, damn, no. When was the last time I pissed you off when I wasted money? That last part saved me.
Because I was like, well,
she had. You don't have an answer right now because you haven't seen the packages that are coming in next week from Amazon. Go ahead.
Oh, I know.
Damn.
It's not a specific time.
Okay.
But it absolutely digs under my skin. It like literally like it's like my skin lifts and like just your annoyance is the first layer.
Go ahead.
Right under it is when I see you buy fast food.
Oh, okay.
It drives me insane. Like it bothers me to the core when I see that you have bought fast food either for lunch or obviously pre-quarantine days when you bought it for lunch or you bought it because you ran out to go run some errands and then I find like fries in your car. I'm like, oh my God, why does they keep buying fast food?
Can I tell you why you're a hypocrite?
So annoying.
Can I tell you why you're a hypocrite?
Why?
Because in a past episode you mentioned that one of the things you like about me is my body. Do you know what this body is made of?
You know what? On the outside, it doesn't look bad. I'm sure on the inside is like, yo, give us some spinach, yo.
This body has been brought to you by
McDonald's and Wendy's.
Exactly.
A shame. That's shameful. That's shameful.
Vickiana.
You already asked me. Mind your business.
So it's your question.
That's right.
And then we'll finish up. Thank y'all. Go ahead.
Okay. We're going to go out with a banger right here.
Okay.
What do you think I'm missing out on by being with you?
What do I think you're missing out on?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't missing out on nothing, baby. You got everything you need right here, baby girl. The world missing out on you right now, to be honest.
Be serious.
What do I think you're missing out on?
Yes, by being with you.
Damn.
By being in this.
I'm going to say, I don't want you to be offended by this.
Damn, I was going to say something funny.
I don't want you to be offended by this. I do think.
That sounds like I'm about to be offended
there
by this.
is a part of. I'm trying to do the math. I'm 38. I'm about to be 38. There is a part. Did we stop going live?
No.
Or did my phone just... Are we still live on your page?
Yeah.
So I think there is a part of 34-year-old Vicky. You're 34, right?
I have no idea.
There is a part of 34
No, I'm 33.
You just lied to people?
No.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
So there is a part of Jesus-year-old Vicky, 33.
Yeah, that's my Jesus.
That still would still like to dabble a little bit in 25, 26-year-old Vicky, because I remember we had a conversation a long time ago, and we talked about like people feeling like when they get into a certain type of relationship that certain things like have to shut down. And I remember you saying like, nah, it doesn't have to be like that. I still want to party the way I party. So I feel like there's still a part of you. I mean, I don't know why, because the party's right here. That would still want to,
obnoxious.
I would still want to be the 25, 26-year-old party Vicky.
No, let me clarify that for you.
No, wait. Okay, go ahead. Give me my answer, or what my answer.
But I'm gonna clarify why you got that wrong. Like why? Because growing up, my parents, my family, they always party. Like, I don't know in other cultures, in other countries, if that's how it is, but for Dominicans, like, the party just never stops. It doesn't matter how many kids you have. It doesn't matter how old you are still hitting the club. You are still holding parties, dancing and drinking. Not like Meg Thee Stallion dancing, but you're dancing your merengue and your bachata and all that. At whatever age, it doesn't stop. So that's why I was like, at a certain age, those things don't stop. Because growing up, it never stopped for them. Like, you always go out to have a good time, no matter what age you are, no matter whatever. And that's why I was like, that shouldn't stop at any age, because growing up, it didn't stop my parents at any age. Or any Dominicans that I know, they still go out to party and drink. Like, when they go to DR, that's what you find. You find people of all ages in the club, drinking and partying and smoking hookah, because that's what we do.
Awesome.
That's our yoga.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the You, Me, We podcast. This episode will be back up later on tonight. You guys can check us out on all popular social media platforms: SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Shout out to everybody who joined us on Facebook, on Instagram. And we are a couple things we're going to be adding. I know sporadically we'll add in clips online that have captions and stuff. I want to put that promise out there that all of our clips now will have captions on it, just to kind of accommodate for those who might prefer just read captions and listen to those clips in silence. So I'm going to work on that. So if there's ever a delay in us putting clips out, it's because I'm trying to make sure that we have captions on the clips.
And also, we, like I mentioned before, we are sponsors in a great self-care giveaway. There's 3 packages. There's a brains package, there's a beauty package, and there's a body and hair package. And you can head over to our Instagram page. Damn, Ode, you played that mad loud. There is
they didn't hear it. They couldn't hear
it. There's 3 different packages, and you can go in and enter. You just go to our Instagram page. You'll find the post. You can go to our Instagram story. It will take you to the post, and you'll be able to read the instructions and submit your preferred package on the Instagram page, self-care love _ I don't know how many. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Go to our Instagram, and then it will lead you directly to it. Make sure that you enter. We're drawing the winners on this coming Wednesday, next Wednesday at 9 p.m. And it's going to be very exciting. Like, just imagine you're receiving, with the brains one, you're receiving 2 books, $20 gift card to Target, personalized mugs, painted. Okay, these mugs are going to be painted by a local artist here in my town. That's really good. And you're also receiving vegan cookies, also by a baker here in town, who also makes cakes for dogs, which I'm so excited because I can't wait to order. And then the second package, the beauty package, comes with Tarte Cosmetics products, and a lot of it's like full-size products too. So that is a great package for your glam mommies. And then your hair and body package is Trust shampoo and conditioner, which is like very high quality shampoo and conditioner, great for curly hair. Victoria's Secret body spray and body butter. I love their body butter. So nice and rich. A silk pillowcase and a sleeping mask.
Like your body butter.
So what is wrong with you? So make sure that you guys go to our Instagram, enter the page. Make sure you follow the Self-Care Love page. A lot of motivating and positive tips on how to just show yourself some love and care for yourself. We should all do it. We all have the chance to start a routine on quarantine. So, I just rhymed.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
And
game night is when? Tonight at 9.
Game night is tonight at 9. I'm going to post the flyer again. It's going to be on the Phoenix and the Make Party Movement Facebook page. And we'll leave you guys with that amazing video that Vicky and her cousin and everyone involved in the giveaway put together. So you guys can be aware of the giveaway. So enjoy. Hopefully this works.